Alright, we are back, continuing the 100% practice walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. So, in the last episode we killed the Dragon Slayer armor, and now we are headed to the archives. So this episode is going to be a little bit different. In the past, we've just been kind of working our way through the game, and I've stayed in offline mode. However, for this episode, come up here, light this bonfire. In this episode, we are going to instead be addressing grinding, and this is, in my opinion, going to be the best grinding opportunity in the game. One note, as I pick up the Gotthard Twin Swords, not the best straight swords in the game, but they are dual weapons, which is fun, and they have the best range, and then you get the key. If these items are not here, it means you have missed either Aldrich or Yorm, so you need to go back and kill them. So in this episode, we are going to be taking on this area as a Sunbro. The way you can do that, come over to the Covenant sign, put on Warriors of Sunlight, which we should have gotten very, very early in the game. And go ahead, throw that Covenant on, though that is not necessary. And what we're going to do is we're just going to throw our sign down. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. So you want to press start like you do into the menu. And then you're going to go ahead and swap on... Holy cow, we don't even have it. Okay, that is totally fine. We're just going to go get that in a bit. But we will go back, get the boss weapons, and then we're going to play through this area as a Sunbro. And the reason for this is, open these doors, don't run inside or you're going to start a fight with Crystal Sage. It's not a huge threat, just be aware of it. So the reason we're going to do this is, you should be coming to this area at around level 80. And that puts you at a very interesting kind of middle ground. And if this is your first playthrough of the game, chances are you're trying to level up. The most efficient way to do this is, in my opinion, playing online. And what it is you just play through the area, so you get used to this very complex area that is the archives by going through in a no-risk situation. If you die as a Sunbro, you don't lose your souls. You just appear back where you left the sign. So it's kind of a win-win situation. And better than most other grindings, even if it's not the best way to do it, like you could get more souls faster in other ways, it lets you have some fun because it's just more dynamic than most grinding strats. So for this, Dragon Slayer Great Axe, which should get you the best damage out of any weapon in the game. The other option is the shield, but I don't like shields. As I'm sure if you've watched any of my videos up to this point, you've noticed I'm not a fan of shields. I am going to go ahead and purchase an item. You want to purchase the White Sign Soapstone. And go ahead, pick up the Dried Finger while you're here. We're not going to use it, but it's just a good thing to have on you. And there's nothing else I want. I am going to double check for the Faram armor set, which I'm a big fan of. Yeah, I think I need to do... I think there's another thing of ashes. So we'll just level up while we're here. 27. Go ahead, up. We're going for 30 in each. And that's it. So I am currently soul level 77, which is well within the range for the archives. Yeah, I don't have that. I think Bonfire's already maxed out. So come on back to the Grand Archives. If you're not in online mode, you can change that in your settings. Just go ahead, go to settings, and turn on online mode. And then you just got to quit out of the game. Come back in, you'll be able to do it. If you can't put the White Sign Soapstone, just like put your sign down, then what that means is that you haven't gone ahead and opened the doors. As soon as you open the doors to the archives, you are able to PvP in this area. You might get invaded, but again, we are going to be hanging out around the bonfire, so even if you die, you can just wake up, pick your souls back up, and continue going along. And your goal is just to play through this area and get some souls through. We're only going to play through it once, and what that's going to allow us to go ahead and do is go and buy all of the sorceries and all of the miracles and bring those two quest lines to completion, which is why I like doing it at this point. This is a fun area, and you also get a really good soul return here, a lot better than the type of soul return you would get in other places. And I might be invaded. Yep. I am almost certainly invaded, but as you can see, this line, this beam right here, is a very, very popular area. Yeah, I have to be invaded right now because I can't put my sign down, and the fog wall is up. So that's how you tell. Yep, we are invaded. Very exciting stuff. So we do get to have an invasion here. Hopefully I do well. It has been a couple of weeks since I have PvP'd. So I will go on and give a greeting. Hello, sir. Nero, I will give you a bow. Oh, and he's a poison build, and I hate him for that. He just poisoned himself. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, and there is latency for days. Oh, that's bad latency, too. Oh, he got me that time. Oh, and he gave me a point down root, sir. I didn't even heal. I have 14 Estus. Oh. That was upsetting. I am now angry at this man who invaded me while I'm recording and gave me a point down. It's kind of silly, but it is frustrating. So, anyway, we died, but it does give me a chance to show. If you do die in the case that you get invaded, like I just did, boom, pick up your souls. And when you die after getting invaded, you will lose an ember. On the Forge, one good thing is that because of the area that we're in, chances are people that are invading here invade really, really consistently. So we should be able to fight him again. It's really sad. The last time I was going through this area, doing the prep, I was invaded, I think, 27 times, and I only died once, so I was very pleased, and so I was hoping I'd be able to recreate that. But I think it's been a little bit too long since I PvP'd. You definitely lose your PvP skills quickly, but here we go. We are being summoned into another world. Chances are you either are going to get summoned into a guy who has to go through the entire area, or who's going straight to the boss. And that's the other perk of this area, is you can have an opportunity to go through the area and see what the final boss is. It's Twin Princes. It's not too tough of a boss fight. Sir Wilhelm. Oh, and a cosplay build. I love it. Let's go, sir. Okay, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, he's going for the boss. So, when we go for the boss, I just put the Dragon Crest shield on. That is the best shield for the boss, because he does have fire. Oh, he's already prepped the elevator. Very nice. So we are going to get to see, right at the beginning, the final boss, or not the final boss, the last boss before you unlock the final boss. Which is fun. I think we'll probably be doing a dead sprint right up. It sends his elevator back down because God, I don't even know. So usually when somebody does a really good cosplay build, they are a pretty experienced player. Especially that one. That's a cosplay build that you have to go all the way through the DLC to get, which means he's already burned through a DLC. Are we fighting? No, we're not. Never really trust a host. Hosts tend to do really funky things. I'm definitely somebody who's biased against hosts. And he has not even opened the doors. Sir, please open these. I'm gonna get really hard. And wow, he is lagging badly for me. That is really, and the other people look normal, which tell me that he is the one lagging, not me. But time for the boss fight. Oh, and he hadn't even unlocked it. I hope he doesn't watch the cutscene. It's one of the worst things is when people watch the cutscenes. So here we go, Twin Princes, 2-phase boss fight. Change is pretty significant. Sir, do not die. I came all the way here. I am recording. So I just like to stay on his butt. You can't aggro him, and then he'll obviously be attacking you. You can block him with a 100% visible shield. He attacks fast, but it's very easy to stay behind him. But he has only a couple of attacks that I would consider really dangerous. And is this one of them? This is it. So you just wait till he slams his sword down and then you roll. That was not aimed at us, which was lucky, I suppose. see, he'll teleport around. He's actually being teleported by his brother, who's up top. He is extremely resistant to dark, is one thing that you should really be aware of. So if you come in here with a dark build, prepare for a really bad fight. You're just not going to have a good time. And man, my connection with the host's world is not very good at all. Normally, my game does not lag like this. You can also tell, this is not a boss that you really want to summon 4 people for. And it's just because he gets so much health when you've summoned 4 phantoms. Because every time you summon a phantom, it doubles the boss's health. And when it's 4 times, typically you can't get the damage output to match how much the health is increased. But not a huge deal. I am going to go ahead and heal up though. So this boss fight, he's dragging around his brother. Still is going to teleport. The goal is to kill the brother. His brother will continue to revive the other guy. Oh, nice. Good job, boys. And once you bring down the brother again, like I think, oh, we did not. I thought that we would. Then, ready to go. Oh, there he is. So he'll occasionally shoot up. Okay, he's down. To two-hand your weapon, you want to get 2 to 3 hits in, and you want to clear out because he's going to do an AoE. There's the AoE. Just run back around. Each time you knock the dude down. Oh, and I got it this time. Oh, he's very good. Okay. So every time you knock him down, he comes back up with less health, and then his brother falls off again. So you get plenty of opportunities to do damage to him, and then just make sure you roll away for the AoE. So in this situation, it's looking like it'll take 3 times to do it. But as you can see, after you've knocked him down twice, he has so little health it's fine. And you can damage the younger brother. Yeah, he's dead. So we went ahead and got him down. So you can't damage the younger prince while he's riding his brother. So that's why I like to attack from the back. As you can see, we get a sunlight medal, which if we get 30 of them, we can max out our rank in the Covenant. And then we get an ember. That's why you don't need to be worried about embers, like buying them. It's not something you need to be concerned about. But once we get back, I will show you how many souls. So we had about 30,000 souls when we got summoned in. I'm just going to show you how quickly you can accumulate souls. I am going to try to see if I can get another one. I'm just going to do this for about another 18 minutes, and then we should have enough souls to go ahead and buy everything in Firelink. Okay, so we got about 20,000 souls, which is not bad. Where you can really make your money is going through the area. In my experience, you get about 100,000 souls per time going through the area, which is extremely valuable. And I really hope, also periodically, after you put your sign down, come and rest, because if you're going through the game a whole bunch of times without resting at bonfires, your weapon durability can wear down. Ordinarily, weapon durability does not matter in Dark Souls, like at all, but okay. I'm hoping for a little bit of speed. I hope somebody summons me. I'm a little bit concerned because I am on Alaskan time, and the problem with that is around the time that I can start playing this game is around the time that everybody on the East Coast quits playing this game. And I don't really want to match with somebody on the East Coast, but even then, time matters about when you play on. It just matters how many people are playing at the same time. And so you can get summoned in really quickly if you're online at the right time. But we're just running in circles, hoping that somebody summons us in. It is unfortunate whenever this happens. And then periodically, I'll get assaulted by an invader. I'm not too worried about that. The next time I get invaded, I am not being honorable. That guy frustrated me, and unless the next person to come in is extraordinarily honorable. I should have just healed in his face after he came sprinting in and attacked me during my bow. That was pretty rude. We can talk about courtesy. Yeah, that's not something. It's some general rules when you're PvPing. Wave means that you're, in general, a friendly person, and people tend to do it when they're looking for a good fight, or they're just, happy people. This is an insult. That's saying, come get me, you're not good enough, stuff like that. Point down is the meanest thing that you can do to somebody, and then put a twist on it if you watch prod. And then if you bow, it means that you're not going to use Estus in the fight. It basically, it's at least in a 1v1 situation, it means that you're not going to be using Estus in the fight. So if both people bow, even if you're really frustrated and you feel like you could beat this guy if only you hadn't lost health right at the start of the fight, you have to go all the way to the back. You just have to not heal. It's the rules. Otherwise, you're shaming the spirit of the bow. What are some other good ones? When you are helping somebody out online, a really good way, Legion Etiquette, which is this one. This is the equivalent of a bow. That guy actually did it, which is why I was anticipating an honor fight out of him, and then he attacked me during my bow, which was not kosher. What's another good one? When you are playing and you understand, you know an area, this one can really help. Just the point forward, especially if you have a really dumb host. You may, come on, let's go. We're doing stuff. And this is taking a little bit longer than I hoped. Kind of getting frustrated by it, actually. Is there anything interesting we can go through? I will swap my shield back. We have just enough to rock the shield that we want. And I'm almost out of green blossoms, actually. I didn't even notice that. I'm going to have to buy those once we get them sweet, sweet souls. How many soul items do we have? We have a ton of soul items. So I might, even if I don't get another good invasion, then I'm going to be comfortable going back and being able to buy all the sorceries. Having over 100,000 souls is kind of what you want. But I do the math, so like I had a soul level 116 character, or maybe a soul level 112, and I just came here and I played through it. Took 10 times to get me from the level I was to where I wanted to be. And I mean, there was one character I came here, I think I was level 71, and I jumped up to like soul level 128, and I just went through the area 20 times. And you know, it's a fun area, and it's just so much better, I think, than going and killing the same 1 or 2 enemies. Of course, when you aren't getting summoned, it can be extremely frustrating. You can see there's another person that has a sign down right there. Let's go ahead and read some messages. Play dead. Sadness ahead. I disagree with that. I think that this is fun. Message, silence ahead. Try dark. Ha! That's mean because dark builds do very, very poorly in this area. Thanks. We have... These are... Bloodstains are when people die, so this was probably PvP. Yeah, that was PvP. He didn't make it. God bless. Let's see what this one... What happened with this one? He's also fighting, and oh, he didn't make it. He got backstabbed. That's rough. Man, we've been waiting for about 5 minutes, and that is extremely frustrating. I am going to speed this along by putting on a dried finger. So this allows you to summon multiple enemies, but it also makes it much, much more likely that you're going to get invaded. I'm just doing this both because at this point, I would rather have either thing happen. And probably not an entertaining episode, but man, I'm not going to like edit videos really well just so that when I watch it later it's more entertaining for me. That's stupid. Besides, this is kind of like not a real episode in the walkthrough. It's more I just want my sweet souls. No one is summoning me. It's extremely frustrating. It is. It's probably just the time of the day. Around this time, it always dies down a little bit. Could be soul level related. One thing to be aware of is that there are barriers in souls. Let's just I'm just going to use all of my soul items, and we're going to see where we get. Holy cow, okay. So, use it again. 40,000 souls. Okay, so we are doing very, very good. We are going to spend all of these souls. You should not do this. You are not trying to make a video. You should just wait around, let somebody summon you, and then just stick with it until you get around 100 to 200,000 souls. We are at a very, very good mark right now with our souls. We will be able to buy everything we want. Yep. So that is going to be the lesson. So just Sunbro it up, and you will be good to go. And you will be able to do everything that I am about to do. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to buy all the miracles. And then we are going to go ahead. I am going to check my notes. Do I have my notes up? Oh, okay. Yeah, so we do want to take all that out. Okay. So, first thing that you can do is this is kind of like the end game stuff. So we're going to come over here and we are going to talk to Irina.
Wish to hear it?
We're going to give her the Braille Divine Tome that we picked up in Lothar Castle. And then we are going to learn. Remember, you don't want to buy any of these bad miracles. Instead, we're going to come through and we're going to buy all the good ones. Here's Denial, Homeward, Force, Blessed Weapon, and Magic Barrier. So, we will talk. Okay.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you ever so much, sweet champion.
May your solemn duty conclude in triumph.
Okay, so that is the dialogue we were looking for. Very hope-filled, very happy. It means that we did not mess up and buy something that we shouldn't have. Then we're going to come over to Orbeck. We're going to give him Logan's scroll.
Of the a masterful now.
And unfortunately, we are one scroll short. You got to kill the Crystal Sage in the archives before you're good. But we are going to buy almost all of them, and then we will just come back, give him that crystal one. I think it only gives you Crystal Soul Spear, Homing Crystal Soul Mask, and Crystal Weapon. I think those are the only 3 that you get. Just go ahead, burn through here. Get all of his. Talk to him.
You're a find. You should have one.
You get the Young Dragon Ring.
How do you like this?
And a sign. And another one. So we are good.
With this, it's a very old one that I don't mean to exchange the form. I hope.
Okay.
Promise to stay.
So once you've bought enough souls, or once you've bought enough sorceries from him, he will get 2 rings and a sign. We don't need to buy any of these. He doesn't matter. There's no further part of his quest line.
My words are kindled.
I don't know. I don't want to heed your words. Okay. Oh. Talk.
Yes.
So you also don't need to buy any of hers. Carla does not have an endgame quest line.
You know about leaving.
Now he wants to leave again.
But I don't want to.
If you send him, he dies. Okay? But we get his ashes, and then we get all of his stuff.
Thank you for
we want his stuff. So this is your last chance to buy everything you want. You know, if you want these Titanite scales, we'll have access to them later. No need to buy them now. We only have 1, so we can't even. We're not like close to upgrading. And if you're just really concerned about it, you can buy whatever you want. I guess I'll buy 1 divine blessing from him, but we get it all back. So. Okay.
Goodbye.
He leaves. He's gonna die. We're gonna go grab his ashes off of his dead body, and we are gonna come over here. We're gonna talk to Yuria. Talk to her, Lord and Liege. Play the Usurper. That means that her questline is good for the end game. So we've bought everything that we have to from her. So we are good. And we're gonna check our weapon upgrades, and we're gonna be good to go ahead and take out the archives. And I'll just end this episode, and the next episode will be us going through the archives, so you won't have to deal with me waiting around for PvP again. Okay, so we have all of our Estus. I do like Gotthard Twin Swords. I do like to have a straight sword on me. And I don't have a huge problem with these. It's pretty good. Actually, I mean, I guess since I'm saying it.
Oh,
The best straight sword in terms of damage in general is the Lothric Knight straight sword. And so I do think that we are just going to go ahead and we are going to buy one. This is super great. Lothric Knight greatsword. Love that weapon.
goodbye.
It's very fun. It's good on most builds.
Just what neat.
Okay. So we can't upgrade our Claymore because we don't have Titanite Slab, but we're going to get one in just a few minutes. We are going to upgrade our Murakumo because I love the Murakumo. That's all the way up to +9. Going to upgrade my twin axes because I love twin axes. Upgrade the Lothric Knight sword. Okay. I'm not going to be rocking the Black Knight Great Axe, though we absolutely could be. I'm just not going to. And that's going to be it. We are ready to go ahead and take out Lothric Castle. If you are really concerned about souls, you can go ahead and spend them all. You don't need to be afraid of like holding on to them, because we're going to get plenty of souls going through this area, so you don't have to be nervous at all about not being able to buy the last like set of spells from Orbeck when the time comes, which will be very, very soon. But cleaned up my storage, and we are going back to the Grand Archives. In the next episode, we will start the Grand Archives area. It's one of my favorite areas in any Dark Souls game. It's definitely the area in any From Software title that I've spent the most time. So this was an area I didn't even bother taking notes. I'm not concerned. I've been through it so many times, and I've walked dumber hosts than anybody who's going to watch this video through this area without trouble, so I'm not concerned. We get a whole bunch of upgrade materials here, and once you kill this boss, you do have all of the bosses dead. You can challenge the final boss. We will go ahead and kill the final boss once we've wrapped up all of the side quests, but there's an optional area before we have to do that, so that's lots of good things. But okay, so that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you got something from it. I'm not sure if anybody who watched this will. I know that we had an awkward like 6 to 7 minute period we just kind of like stood around, but yeah, I do appreciate it.